At the start of the movie, a man named Saul is walking on the road. On average, a person lives from 27 to 37,000 days in their life. If we get to experience all these days, we are lucky. 3 girls enter a sports bar. One of the girls, named Jen, says to the others, "Let's just have one drink, then we'll go to dinner." In the bar, 3 boys are playing games: Dave, Kyle, and Saul. Later, Kyle, a black boy, approaches the girls, and after a while, Saul joins them. Kyle starts narrating a story that is going to change their lives. The story is about the time when a black man lost his pinky toe. However, the girl is so boring that Saul leaves them to get a drink. After a while, Jen also leaves the table and goes to Saul to have a drink with him. They discuss what kind of stories girls like and what impresses them. They spend some time together. The next morning, Jen goes to the park where Saul is already jogging and exercising. Jen and Saul start jogging together. Saul is a digital marketer and his company targets consumers based on their GPS location. Jen is pursuing her master's degree in psychology. Saul asks her if she wants to become a therapist. She replies that people love talking to her, and she always gives spot-on advice. During their jog, Jen gets a cramp because she's not used to jogging. Saul advises her to lift her arm up, and she feels better. She tells him that this is a horrible idea for a first date, and Saul is happy to hear this. When they finish running, Saul takes her to the hot dog stand, which is owned by Peter, a friend of Saul's. Peter brings them zucchini fritters. After tasting them, Saul asks Peter what is missing in the zucchini fritters. Saul is also interested in cooking, and Paul wants him to get back on his food truck. They then go from stall to stall, and there's a group of magicians singing a melodious song. Saul loves the song and starts singing along. Jen kisses him and asks him to cook for her. They have a great day together. Now they spend time with each other. They enjoy cooking together and play different games. Actually, they've developed a bond. When she attends her class, instead of paying attention to the lecture, she's busy looking at photos. When the lecture ends, it starts raining heavily. She has no umbrella, but Saul is standing outside with an umbrella for her. It shows his care for Jen. They spend their nights together. The next morning, when Saul is busy on the computer, his friend Eric comes and notices that Saul is busy looking at recipes. Jen's mother is coming next week, so Saul wants to make a good impression. His company's name is Yasmin. Saul goes to Jen's house and brings a lot of vegetables because he wants to cook for her. He has a lot of job pressure. Jen offers him a job at her cousin Gigi's restaurant, but he doesn't want to quit his company because he has no other option and wants to save for the future. Jen offers for him to live with her, and Saul agrees. This way, he will be able to save some money. He hates his job but doesn't want to lose it. She wants to have sex before dinner because after dinner, she only wants to watch TV. The next day, Saul shifts to Jen's apartment. He has an old-style, very heavy couch, along with 20 other boxes, all containing kitchen-related items. Although there isn't much storage space, she manages to make it work. Now Saul is cooking meatballs for her, as she enjoys their taste. While she is brushing her teeth, Saul also enters the washroom and brushes his teeth. Unfortunately, he pulls a muscle while brushing. Saul used to work late at night, and although Jen wants him to eat pizza, he doesn't have the time. Eventually, he starts eating it after some time. Jen discusses Saul's situation with her friends, expressing that he's stressed out and hates his job. Her friends advise her that cooking would be better for his soul. Saul happens to be present during this conversation, and one girl advises him to dust off his apron. Saul and Jen arrange a dinner for their friends, where he cooks a variety of delicious dishes that everyone enjoys. Jen's cousin Gigi particularly likes his cooking and expresses an interest in introducing these dishes to her restaurant. After the dinner ends, Saul makes a secret plan with their friends to propose to Jen, who is unaware of the plan. The next morning, when Saul and Jen step outside, they are surprised to find all their friends gathered singing a song. There are also dolphin-shaped balloons. In a very romantic mood, Saul proposes to Jen with an engagement ring. Now, both of them are working together in a restaurant to solve their financial problems. One night, while Saul is sleeping, he experiences chronic stomach pain. When he tries to go to the washroom, he collapses due to the severe pain. Jen rushes him to the hospital, where doctors conduct various tests. After the tests, they allow him to go home. As Saul and Jen sleep together, an alarm rings and Jen wakes up. She asks Saul to wake up as well because they are expecting the test results today. When they reach the hospital, Saul suggests that if they receive bad news, they should get a dog. However, Jen remains optimistic and hopes for good news. In the doctor's room, they anxiously wait for the doctor to arrive. When the doctor finally enters, he tells them that everything looks good and wants to follow up in 6 weeks. They both feel relieved to hear the good news. They came back home, danced, and enjoyed wine to celebrate the good news. They started preparing for their wedding, wanting to make it memorable. They decided on everything. Saul bought a dog named Otis. When Jen saw the dog, she became upset and asked why they had a dog. Saul remained silent. Upon entering the home, Saul informed her that the doctor named Mendelssohn said the dog's aggression levels were very high. The worst-case scenario was 6 months. The doctor suggested getting him into a new clinical trial and recommended radiation and chemotherapy. Upon hearing this bad news, Jen started weeping, but Saul comforted her by saying there were other options. One of Jen's friends asked about the wedding, and Jen decided to postpone it to cut costs and reduce stress. Saul was expected to be in remission by August. Saul and Jen's friends wanted to help and make their wedding wonderful as soon as possible, so they started working on a plan. Saul's medical treatment began, and while he was receiving a drip, there was another patient in front of him who also had cancer and little time left to live. Saul started losing hope, but Jen always tried to uplift his spirits. After the medication, when they returned home, their friends were already there, bringing a snooker table for them. Megan informed them that they didn't want to put their lives on hold, so they came up with a business idea for a meal delivery service. Neil and Gigi took charge of the food, while Chris handled flowers and drinks. They planned to have the wedding in 3 weeks and estimated the budget to be $20,000. They started a fundraising campaign on the internet and also donated $200 per person. Jen opposed this idea because it involved asking for a lot of money from friends and strangers, but the friends only needed permission from Jen and Saul granted it. Jen is trying to make him happy because she really loves him. At night, when she opens a laptop, Saul asks her, "Is that my eulogy?" He wants her to read it to him. She starts to read. An average person lives 27,375 days. That's all we get. If we are lucky, we live all 27,375 days. Saul is lying on the couch watching TV. Jen comes over to him and asks who he's rooting for. He replies, "Stumpy Arms." Jen's friends and Saul have made a surprise for her. They book a well-decorated room for her honeymoon. When she arrives there, she asks her friends how they managed to keep this a secret. Saul made them promise to keep it a secret. When Jen's friends leave the room, she goes to bed. On the bed, there's a laptop and a surprise gift for her. This is her honeymoon gift. When she opens it, there's a USB device. When she attaches a device to the laptop, there's a recorded video for her from Saul. She receives this video after the death of Saul. In the video, Saul says to her, "This video puts a smile on your face." He thanks her for saving his life and wishes they had more time together. He asks her to open the box. When she opens the box, there are about 50 zucchini recipes that she will learn to love. Actually, now Saul has died. He is no more. She receives this honeymoon surprise after his death. She also wishes to have more time together, but she's thankful for the time they had. Because of Saul, she managed to live for today. Saul's love strengthens and heals her. His love inspired her throughout her life. The story of the film is based on the true love of Jennifer and Solomon Chow, who were married on April 11th, 2015. Saul passed away 128 days later. This film is dedicated to Solomon Chow. Please subscribe to our channel and also press the bell icon to get notifications about new videos. And don't forget to like our videos. Thank you for watching.